Here we go.
This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden. How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and.
Interrupt you for a moment. Stand by for a moment. Trump is answering some questions from reporters.
Joe Biden to make that statement.
Interrupt you for a moment. Stand by for a moment. Trump is answering some questions from reporters.
Joe Biden to make that statement. It's really a disgrace.
Interrupt you for a moment. Stand.
Brilliant, man. Yeah, it just keeps getting better. It's just too good. He's just too good at this.
And I have to begin by saying 250 million Americans are not garbage.
Oh, is there sound on this one? I don't hear sound on this one. Sorry, guys.
This week, Kamala
There
has
it is.
been comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history. And now, speaking on a call for her campaign last night, crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. No way. No way. And they actually mean it, even though without question, my supporters are far higher quality than crooked Joe or lion Kamala. Higher quality. My response to Joe and Kamala is very simple. You can't lead America if you don't love Americans. That's true. You can't be president if you hate the American people, which
Amen.
I believe they
That's
do.
it right there. That's it right there. He says it right there. Amen. Donald J. Trump gets it. I love it. I love this man. It's going good, guys. What is going on tonight? How we doing, friends? Is the garbage in? Did you bring your garbage? You feeling garbagey? I'm feeling garbagey. I'm feeling so garbagey. I can't do Trump. I can do Clinton. I can do Obama. I can't do Trump. Do Obama, Biden a little bit. CBT #1 tonight. Troy Man 2, Lyrical 3rd. What's going on? Baller in the house. Cassink Hobbs, John Croissant. Good evening, sir, from sunny Southern California. Kim Wiley, Vinman. BN Pro, Danielle, Scott Volkovich, the one, what a do, Cindy Lou, Who, Yoker, Vanden Plays, Shogun, William for president. I love it. Chad Youngkin, Oscar in the Hizzy, Udoka, you vote for the cackler. Get out of here. Just get out. Connie Neely, what's going on? Akira, Wild Turkey Bourbon tonight. That sounds good. Not me tonight. Mantan, Davar, Hero at Large, Randy, getting worried about the election, about the cheating. We're going to talk about that tonight. There's, in my opinion, lots of good news with the cheating stuff going on, but we'll keep watching. Michael Tucker says Trump just picked up your garbage curbside. Trump got 5 votes from us in Commie State, California. It's a silver mine card. I love it. So now what? All the cheating going on, these fools must not believe what Trump said. Oh, listen, we get the news on it, but I don't think it's anywhere close to enough. Plus, we're busting it early today. So that's the good news, busting it early. Armand got some DJT on sale. Listen, DJT showed incredible strength under the attack today. It is getting knocked down. I don't know how long it'll continue, but I'm telling you, with the election coming up and the way I think it's going to go, I don't think they can keep it down. I think we're going to get a slingshot, and most people I talk to see the same thing. So we'll see. Vince Felice, killer podcast on the latest polls. Trump 312. Is that Baris? Baris is good stuff. It is a great troll. Garbage editor. Was that a hint saying 250 million? Man, I hope so. Mike Mishler, what's up, buddy? Yeah, JD Vance is on Rogan tonight, Shogun, and I think we'll get it released tomorrow. So, Doug Peterson, buy more DJT tomorrow, ready for retail to get our time. Me too. We need a big win. We are due. We are absolutely due. Mishler, don't tell anyone Kamala was in the back of the car. Oh, God. Who took the trash out? Robert, you going to sing? You gonna sing for that? KJB, YouTube won't let you watch streaming. What's that mean? What does it mean you're not allowed to watch streaming? Is it not playing my video? That's weird. Lucid, your mom was there tonight? That's awesome. That's awesome. I wanted to play one more from Trump, and it's the story. It's absolutely hilarious. Here's the story he told that about wearing the vest.
And then I got in the car and I'm driving over here and I have this still on. And I come into the arena and I say, where's my jacket? I want to get out of this thing. And they said, it would be unbelievable if you could wear it on stage. I said, and I said, no way. I got 25,000 people standing outside. I got all these people here. There's no way I'm wearing it on stage. They said, oh, okay, sir. I said, get me my jacket. But if you did, you know, it actually makes you look thinner. I said, oh. And they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage. When they said I look thinner, I said, in that case, I'll wear it on stage.
I said, in that case.
I may never wear a blue jacket again. I may go. I may go in this. I said that.
I'll go with this. Man, he's just so good at this. He's unbelievable at this. We'll never, ever get another one like this. This has been the craziest, most fun campaign I've ever seen. Look at this guy with the t-shirt on with Trump's mugshot. Like, how awesome is that? We had the mugshot, the assassination, Trump at Mickey D's, Trump garbage man. I mean, this is just the best. He's the best, and it's fun. We're having fun. We got to have some fun because there's got to be some joy because it's crazy out there. It's scary. It's crazy. We have so much going on. We have lots to, we could be stressing like crazy, or we can think, hey, we can do this. And I believe 100% we can do this. One of the main reasons is because Trump sure believes it. This man is doing everything. He is going all out. There is no doubt in his mind we are going to pull off this win. And because of that, we're going to do this, guys. But we are going to talk about the cheating tonight because there are several stories coming out today. Several stories, and it's a wild time. It really is. And everybody who is scared of cheating in this election is being very much validated at this point. There are several stories that have come out: Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Virginia, Arizona. Dominion is back in the news with a glitch. I'm going to cover that in a minute. There's so much going on that's just crazy, but it's important to laugh. It's important to laugh and know that we're winning. We're winning. And think about it this way. We could have had all this news come out after the election, just like in 2020. But this time we're catching it ahead of time, and we're getting some big wins as well. And that, my friends, is what matters the most. And so, hey, that garbage thing has been a killer. We're running with it. Trump's running with it. It is bringing joy to the campaign. People are embracing it. It obviously turned off some undeclared voters in the middle, undecideds who, for the 5 of them that are out there, maybe it swayed 2 of them. It's something. It's all fallen together, and Kamala has fallen apart. It's just, guys, I'm telling you, things are coming together. And we're going to pull this off. We are, because you guys keep coming back. You're telling me, well, you're doing things. You're voting. We're getting the news out there. Thanks to Elon, everything's out there. The Dominion Machines story, which I'm going to cover in a minute. Elon's tweeting it out. Well, that's 200 million people seeing his stuff. Okay. 200 million people are seeing what's happening in real time. Do you really think they're going to accept a glitch this time. Like you're not going to be able to play any of those games this time. It's just not going to happen because we're getting ahead of it. But first, we got to have a little more laughs, a little more fun, because, it's not just Trump getting in on it. It's Vivek too.
I got it. Yeah. Tell me, what are we doing here? Okay. Right up to here.
Actually worked a shift.
Wait, is it on? All right, sweet. Lift open. And then what are we doing? Okay.
Pull them both out.
Pull them both out. Doing it right?
I love this.
Pull
This is
them back
awesome.
too, or you're good?
This is awesome,
Sweet.
man. Just seeing the
Pretty
guys
good
like
machinery,
Vivek
actually.
who have everything
kinda
and are
works.
just
Should I pull it back again?
working
Goes up.
with the regular man,
Should I
using their
pull it-
hands. It's beautiful. It's a
pull it
beautiful
out?
thing to behold. This is how you reach American voters. They get it. It's so smart. I mean, we got handed a gift in the last week when there's no more October surprises. Probably the campaigns have made their fight. They're just in get out the vote mode right now, and we're handed this gift on a golden platter by Joe Biden that just takes over the media cycle. And then we got JD going on Rogan right after Trump goes on Rogan, and it came out. Well, I'll let JD tell you. I'll let JD tell you right here, because this is. Listen, JD here.
We're thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be in Pennsylvania. We actually recorded an episode of Joe Rogan this morning, so we started out in Austin, Texas, and we're closing out.
How long was it, JD? How long were you in Rogan's
Almost
studio?
4 hours.
There you
Almost
go.
4 hours. So I've officially done more interview time than Kamala Harris has the entire campaign just today. So we're look, driving. We're
Unbelievable. These guys are so good. They're so good with the people, with the cameras, being funny. I cannot wait to listen to this. Tomorrow, 3.5 hours, JD Vance and Rogan. JD Vance is so well spoken. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to listen to this. This is awesome, guys. And again, we're gonna go over all the cheating stuff because it is going on, and it's real, it's legitimate issue, but this is gonna be good. Things are coming. Good things are coming. I don't think we're going to lose this. I really don't. I think we're going to pull this off. All the momentum's on our side. All the joy. Now they're throwing out everything they can in the media to throw us off right now. A couple polls dropped. They're outlier polls, but they're obviously in Kamala's favor. That's how it happens. There was a Michigan +5 for Kamala and a Wisconsin +6. There's no way in hell those things are true. But they're doing that to get out there, to get some media narrative on it, to say this race is so close. They want everybody to be scared. They want you to be scared. They want you to feel hopeless. And, they're good at that. They are good at controlling a narrative, but we're good at taking it back. And that's what X has taught us. And we got old Alex Jones over here. He's starting to, he's covering this right now. I'm only going to play the first minute of this clip because it doesn't need any more of that, because I'm going to go through the news myself. But I want to hear you guys to listen to this first minute, because I agree with Alex on this first minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk has been vindicated when he warned about the 500,000 people that weren't on voter rolls who are allowed to vote. Now that database has been used to hack in to the Michigan system and create total disarray. That's just one of about 8 different huge pieces of election fraud evidence we're about to cover. It's becoming very clear what's happening. The deep state knows they can't stop a landslide.
Did you hear him? Deep state knows they can't stop a landslide. I completely agree with that. It is too big to rig. It's already past that point. Okay, so we're going to win this election, but it's going to be a fight.
If they strategically steal it, they'll get caught. So instead, they're throwing the whole thing into disarray. It's Operation Chaos, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to break it down right now.
So he says Operation Chaos. I do disagree a little bit with Alex there. I think they're actually trying to just do what they've been doing, and they're getting caught. The chaos part is also true, though. But I don't necessarily agree with him that the election interference stuff that they're getting caught on right now is part of that. But, it doesn't matter because the results are going to be the same. So let's get going through some of these. Actually, let me catch up in the chat real quick for a second. The Pocahontas one was great. Let's see Kamala say with Joe Rogan for 3 hours straight without a teleprompter. Yeah, that's never going to happen. Rather be considered garbage than a corrupt leftist Democrat. That's very true. Diana Pants, welcome to the membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, if you want to be a member for extra content, it's $3 a month, and you get 3 to 4 extra member lives plus access to the Discord. And we got all kinds of good stuff in there. So if you want to join, but if not, please like, share, subscribe. Helps the channel a lot. Guys, last night was my biggest video since May. And I don't know what finally broke open in the algorithm or what. Maybe it was Eric's bald head. I don't know what the secret sauce was, but it broke open and it was nice. I had the first big wave of growth and spurt that I've seen in a while. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube's algorithms. For all I know, talking about election stuff, the cheating, this video get demonetized. I don't know what's going to happen, but last night some seemed to break open. So we'll see if it stays. But please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Support the channel. This channel has been under a shadow ban for 3.5 months until last night. So I don't know if that's a fluke or if it'll continue happening. I was listening to Jimmy Dore the other day, and even his channel's been shadow banned. He called YouTube, and they told him that during this election season, they're purposely limiting reach on political channels. So there you go. That proves it right now. Although I doubt it's for the leftist ones. I really do. But they were actually open to him about that. So that's where we're at with that. But okay, let me keep moving here because there's lots to cover. So Patrick Byrne is out there sharing this, and Jenna Griswold she's busted in Colorado. All right, now Colorado pretty blue, but who knows if they had fair elections if they'd still be super blue. We don't know, but she got busted, and she's out there. They called her out to her face in an interview, bringing up prison stuff. She was obviously nervous, but anyway, she's getting busted. And now because of this bio scandal, the entire Colorado election is like, can we trust it? Now, Colorado runs its elections almost completely on Dominion machines. And so obviously we're all wary of that, correct? But the fact that, again, they're getting caught. And so Patrick Burns on this one, he says results are now 100% non-certifiable, and anyone says differently is lying. History repeats itself. First time is tragedy, second time is farce. But I recommend, I'm not going to play this whole video because it's 8 minutes long, but I do recommend you guys check it out. It's Patrick Byrne is brilliant. He knows how this all works with the election stuff. He's been studying it. He was one of the first ones really on it after 2020, and obviously successful man, all that stuff. So, but anyway, the passwords were hacked, and so basically everybody can get into their systems in Colorado. It's an absolute mess. And anyways, he goes through the entire thing here and why it's such a big deal. Whistleblower email, how Tina Peters called all this stuff out, went to prison for it. So just a great video, but it's worth the watch. But let's keep moving because this is a big deal right here. As Burns says, the glitch is the rig. So they came out today, and Dominion said that, and this is where Elon shared it. This is why it's such a big deal. But they said their machines across the nation are having major issues. So what they're doing is they're going to fix it with a patch. The question is that patch the rig? Patrick Burns says it is. He says after the machines have been certified and sealed, this new cheat patch bypasses security and lets them rig. Normally they just do it here and there. This time it's nationwide. Now, on top of Patrick calling this out, which is a big deal, Elon doing this with his reach of 200 million, okay, him putting it out there means that everybody's eyes are going to be on this. Guys, it's impossible to get away with a cheat when everybody's watching you. The other part of this is that how much does this affect? Because not everybody uses Dominion. So I went in and I found the site that shows every county that uses Dominion in their various machines. And let's look at it right here because I have all of it so we can see the exact states and counties it could affect. Now, the good news is that it's not as much as you would think, but it is some significant, especially swing states. You see, Georgia still is completely using Dominion for almost every county. Now, that is obviously an issue. Raffensperger and Kemp certainly did not take it to heart to get rid of this stuff after all the scrutiny they went under. So obviously this means Georgia, we're going to have to seriously watch. Notably, also, we have Maricopa County over here in Arizona is using them. Alaska, it won't seem to matter because Alaska's so red. They're not even going to try to cheat Alaska. But California uses it. But here we got Michigan, almost all of Michigan. And then you have the Northeast states, which doesn't worry me too much, but Pennsylvania does. Okay, Pennsylvania is using them in some of their counties. But that's not it. That's just one of the kinds of machines they have. Here's another one. Again, Georgia. But then you see almost all of Nevada is using this one over here. All right. And then we got also Wisconsin. So that right now is 4 of the 5 or the 7 major swing states using Dominion machines, and some of them using them a lot, especially Michigan and Georgia. And then obviously Arizona, Maricopa County is the most important. That's worrisome. And so here we are. This is where we're going to wave that flag and say, we're watching. We're watching. You say there's a big issue. It's nationwide. You're going to be working on all these machines, installing a patch in all the machines. Well, we know where you're at. We know exactly where to watch, and we know we're keeping track of this. I still believe that these states are going to turn out so red that they're not going to be able to change it. But we're watching. We're watching, and we know exactly where you're at. So I thought it was important to put this out there. They're also in Louisiana, which Louisiana is going to be so red again, it's not going to matter. But the point is, we know where they're at. But it's not in North Carolina. They're not in what was the other one I was looking at? Actually, that's 1, 2. That's 5 of the major. Nope, 6. Sorry. So 6 of the 7 swing states. North Carolina is the only one they're not in. And so there you go. I did my math wrong earlier. 6 of the 7 swing states Dominion's in. I obviously don't trust them. There's plenty of people who think that that's all nonsense. Patrick Byrne doesn't think it's nonsense, so I don't think it's nonsense. And obviously Elon's tweeting it as well. So it's something to watch, guys. Something to absolutely keep our eyes on election day. If we start seeing machines on that and stories coming out, well, we're ahead of it this time. We're ahead of it this time, so you're not going to be able to convince us we're crazy. Too many people are watching. But and again, I consider this as a good thing. I do. I consider it a good thing that's coming out early, that this is coming out 6 days before the election. So we can keep watching this and staying on top of it. And again, it's all over Twitter because as soon as Elon Musk's, as soon as he posts something, it's automatically one of the biggest trends in the world. So that's huge. We're getting it out there. And again, so I consider that a win, but let's keep going. The post office has got this going on. All right. So post office today, 10-page letter from headquarters of U.S. Postal Service telling all post offices nationwide to change their normal procedures of how to handle absentee mail-in ballots. This eliminates the normal creation of a scanned image of the absentee envelopes going out from clerks and coming back in from voters. So, guys, do not mail your mail-in ballots unless you absolutely have no choice. Turn them in. Turn them in. We don't want to mess with this. Okay, we don't want. I've seen people requested ballots, didn't receive them. I've seen other people request ballots. They arrive damaged or very strange. The mail-in vote, we got to stay away from it. And it's not as bad as 2020 because there's just not as many people requesting them. But obviously, still an issue. But again, guys, this is getting ahead of it. This is being reported. It's spreading around. So let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate that it's not going to work out this way. Okay. They're not going to be able to pull this off. But here it is with the letter, the pictures. It's a great, very interesting story. Take it, find it, spread it. If you're not on X, what are you doing? We need everybody on X spreading this information, getting it out there. All right. This stuff is very important. Am I doing a live on Tuesday for the election? Yeah, I am. Are you kidding me? It's already scheduled. You can already go set the notification. I'm going live. We're going big. We're going big. I'm going to be here all night until they either close down the counting or we got a decision. And I think we're going to get a decision. So I'm very excited about it. Peter Udoka says, I think all this cheating has turned 70% of American Republicans for life. Democrats are done for at least 20 years. I agree with you, Peter. I think we get Trump in, it's going to be at least 12 years of not Republican, but MAGA control of the country, getting our country back on track. I really believe that strongly. We have to win this one, and it will get better. Doubt YouTube's restricting David Pakman. You know he's not. They're pushing that out there. So now it says, check your voting status, everyone. Make sure they didn't flip your vote. 100%. Ohio secretary. I'm not worried about Ohio. Yeah, they got a good Secretary of State. They are very Trump right now. Iowa, the same. All this stuff. I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. And I'm going to show you guys a little more how we're winning in some areas. Okay. What's up, Ryan? Yeah, you told me about the post office in India. That's right, Cindy Lou. You were one of the first on that I heard from. But let's keep moving. All right, because I'm showing you guys the bad, scary news first, and then I'm going to show you how we're winning. Okay. Here's another one. Wisconsin. Massive election scandal in Wisconsin. Federal lawsuit's been filed against Wisconsin Department of Transportation, the damn DMV, for turning over confidential DMV data containing the personal info of millions of Americans and non-citizens for targeted voter registration and outreach efforts. Now, this is a breach of voter trust. Thank God this doesn't directly affect votes, but still, it does as far as allows them to have personal information, reach people more, but it's not switching votes. So I'm not worried about Wisconsin, but this still is a major deal. But again, we're catching them. We're catching them. So if you guys want to read the whole story, you can. But another one busted. Spreading. And what's good about this is that the Trump team, the Trump campaign, and the RNC now under now that Ronna McDaniel's out, that hack, that person who completely was just working to completely undermine the MAGA movement the entire way. She was an establishment shill, a Nikki Haley Republican, running the RNC to lose as long as Trump was the leader of our party. She's gone, and now Laura Trump, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they are on this. They see this stuff. They're following these conservative accounts, these independent journalists, and they are making moves. They're slapping out lawsuits over and over again. Here's another one. This is good news. Catchard says we're stopping so much Democrat cheating in real time because citizens have had enough. This from DC Drano. Wow, RNC just stopped Michigan Democrats from counting 168,000 duplicate ballots. Report posted 4 hours ago. RNC acted quickly to fix it. So much better than 2020 under Ron McDaniel. From Laura Trump. Our election integrity team received reports of thousands of duplicate ballots in Michigan. We immediately investigated, and I can testify to that. This story broke yesterday. and it was smashed today. So 1 day turnaround. Have confirmed it was a glitch in the system. These duplicates were not and will not be counted. We are on it protecting the vote. And here's where you are right here. One voter ID was 29 separate votes already. So that's 168,000 duplicate votes that would have been counted, and they would have had to challenge it after the election, like if it had happened in 2020. But this time they're on it and we stopped it. That's huge. I mean, 168,000 in Michigan, guys, that could swing the election right there. This alone could swing the election, catching it. So this is great news right now. This is great news, and we have more of it. In Virginia, they were trying to remove 1,600 illegals, or non-citizens, I should say, from the voter rolls, and 2 courts ruled against Governor Youngkin. Well, today the Supreme Court intervened and put an injunction on it and said, no, you guys can remove the rolls and we'll figure out the rest of this case later. But for this election, those voters must be removed. Now, 1,600 isn't a lot of votes, but this is a precedent. This is a precedent. It's a major win because it means any Secretary of State, any governor that challenges voter rolls that have non-citizens on it, now the Supreme Court has our back. This is precedent. This means we're going to win this. They are going to make sure this is fair constitutional. So this is where Trump's judges really pay off. I think in 2020, they were too fresh. It had all happened after the election that this stuff came out. There was a lot of fear there, but now this Supreme Court has found their legs. They know who they are now, and they're siding with us moving forward. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. So another win, again, because we're getting ahead of it. All right, 168 ballots. Now, there's this theory, I told you guys about this last night, that Shapiro in Pennsylvania, doesn't actually want Kamala to win because he wants to run for governor in for president in 2028. He's well-spoken. He's beloved in a purple state. He's a centrist Democrat. He's probably a liberal Democrat, but he's convincing as a centrist. At least how he speaks. He's got ambition. He's 51. He's relatively young. If Kamala gets in and she's in for 8 years, she already ditched him as her VP because of being a Jew. This guy, I'm telling you, the Democratic Party, they hate each other. And Shapiro's no fan of Kamala. So there's a theory that as stuff keeps getting caught in Pennsylvania, today, another win was that some cops had come out and started shutting down early voting in some places 2.5 hours early. Supreme Court, the Court of Pennsylvania ruled, heard it, said, no, we're going to keep early voting open through Friday. So not only did they get their 2.5 hours back, they got 2.5 extra days of voting early, which right now the voting early numbers are huge. They're huge for Republicans, which has never, ever happened before anywhere in any state at any time. This is how they built their firewall. They would have a bunch of votes built up, the Democrats would, from mail-in ballots and from voting early. And that's how they'd stash them and know what they needed. Now, some of those legit, some not so much. You guys know the deal, how this works. But now that Republicans are showing up and voting early, it's offsetting that. And not only is it offsetting it, but the Democrat votes are way down this year. Way down. And because of that, it's more and more likely that the blowout is going to happen on election day. We even had Raffensperger from Georgia came out and said, hey, we're going to have everything counted on election night except for military absentee ballots, and they are due by the next day at noon. Raffensperger said that. So even Georgia, which Kemp and Raffensperger allowed so many ballots to come in late last time, even he's saying we're not going to do that this time. So we being on this, guys, it's really helping. It's really helping, and it's not that there won't be any cheating, but it's going to be impossible for them to actually get enough, in my opinion. Colorado's only mail-in. That's interesting. Al Roglin, Biden 12-4, crab and apples. I can't even read it, but it is funny what you're typing in there. Corn pops hide from Biden. That's too funny. All right, Seth Ketchel's out there saying they're setting the foundation for blaming Trump for winning because of cheating. Now, wouldn't that be interesting if they try to flip it? But that only works if he barely wins. All right, that only works if it's close. But this is from right here where it says the Dominion systems. Okay, why they keep doing this to themselves? That's Michigan. But Ketchel's saying, so him, Alex Jones saying it's Operation Chaos. Seth Ketchel saying maybe they're going to try to blame Trump for cheating. Again, you can only do that if it's close, which I don't think it's going to be. And as we go, we're going to look at some numbers in a minute that shows you how we're so far ahead. But Praying Medic posted this. So I love it. Says, don't be surprised or dismayed when you see reports of voter fraud and other election shenanigans. We knew it would happen. Exactly. We knew it would happen. But catching it so early is massive. So we're catching it. We're winning lawsuits. The Supreme Court's getting involved, ruling in our favor. And we're voting like we've never voted before in this nation for the MAGA side of things, while Democrats are not showing up as much. And he says, the reason Trump asked us to vote in massive numbers is to overcome efforts to cheat, too big to rig. This is too big to rig. It's coming together. It really is. Look at this, guys. Minnesota is now within 3. That's margin of error territory. In 2016 and in 2020, I want you guys to remember this. It's important. Trump he overperformed the polls even with them cheating like crazy, especially in 2020. So riddle me this, Batman. If they are so in control, if they're so in control that they can't, that they know exactly how to pull all this off, how in the hell do they underperform the polls even with cheats? How? It doesn't make sense unless they're not able to do it as much as you think. 2020 made it feel impossible. It did. It was overwhelming. It was scary. And even with all that, Trump got 75 million votes, 10 million more than he did before, and made it extremely close. It's much, much harder this time. We're watching them. We're catching them early. And now we have Minnesota within 3. Guys, that has got to be freaking them the hell out. Trump's going to, I guarantee you in the next couple of days, we're going to see Trump do a stop in Minnesota because Trump wants Minnesota. I guarantee you he wants this one bad. Hasn't been won by a Republican since 1972. That's huge. And Minnesota would be the ultimate FU to the Democrats. It would be the ultimate, we did this. We kicked your ass. It would just be such a big middle finger to say, this country's done with you. Okay. So this is huge. This is huge. This is as close as polling gets in Minnesota for a Republican. And if Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin all go for Trump, which I expect they will, and I expect they're going to go by higher numbers than anybody wants to say, Minnesota will fall as well. I truly believe it. Let's look at the numbers because this is where you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right. So actually, I'm going to go to Wisconsin. Wisconsin tends to be the state that pulls most to the left, but ends up going most to the right. Now, currently, Kamala has swung it in the aggregate 0.2 because of this stupid little poll right here. CNN putting it out +6. There's no way in hell Wisconsin is +6. Not when all these other polls have it tied or Trump +1 or at the best Harris +1. And CNN comes in this big swinging dick poll and says +6. Yeah, effing right. No way. All right. But all we got to do is go back to Biden in 2020. Look at the polls in Wisconsin that year. Average was Biden 6.7. This is 2020. Biden carried it by 0.7. The aggregate was off by 6 points. 6 points. So if Wisconsin is off by 6 points in the Rust Belt, it's very possible Minnesota is off by 3 or 4 and Trump's carrying it. Very possible. Look at these polls. +8 Biden, +8, +10, +11, +8. Yeah, there's a 3 in there and a 1, but he's still plus 0.7 is what he got it. And that's with, we all know Wisconsin was one of the worst ones. So he honestly probably lost this. That is with all the nonsense, all the craziness. He still only carried it by 0.7, even with all these polls. That's crazy. That's in a year with COVID where they were able to bank all the mail-in ballots, all the changed rules, everything. Let's look at Wisconsin. A little bit closer, but still, Biden was at 4.2, carried at 2.8. So that's a point and a half. Point and a half difference. So, but look at these +7s. Only one place had it +2, which, maybe they had it right. I don't know. But 3 polls +7 in the last week, all off by 5 points, 4 points. So I'm telling you guys, when you see a Minnesota poll that's 3, that gets me excited. That tells me this is very possible this could be pulled off. And, oh, God, I'd love to see Minnesota fall. How beautiful would that be? So there we're getting some good news. Nevada, guys, Nevada's basically already gone. Nevada votes a lot early. Like, I think in 2020, it was almost 90% early. And GOP has an 8-point edge among lowest propensity voters, 11-point edge among low to medium propensity voters. Gap is closest among partisans, only R.4. These numbers in Nevada are insane. This is just Clark County. Okay. This is the rural vote's going to go way more for Trump. This is Vegas. Okay. Basically, with everything everybody said, Nevada's already basically, it's going to get called the second those polls close on election night, which will close, what are they, Mountain Time or Pacific? I can't remember. But that means on the East Coast here, 10, 11 o'clock, Nevada's going to open. They're going to count for 5 minutes and they're going to call it for Trump. It's basically already gone. That's how crazy the early voting's been. Let's see here. Biden's diapers fully trying to blame Trump. Minnesota's voting Trump. They don't want to be known as a tampon state. I love it. Alan says Minnesota's more independent than Democrats or Republican. Oh, that's a good thing this year, especially this year. How is Kamala even in the lead? Because it's really hard to poll anymore because nobody answers their phone, especially not MAGA people. We're very distrusting of the media. So we don't pick up our phone with numbers we don't recognize. So yeah, polling's getting harder and harder. That's one reason. The other reason is they waited Democrat, even though Gallup has shown that we are the most Republican nation we've ever been. We have the highest Republicans, like R+3 right now nationwide, which is the most, I think, in 40, 50 years. So I can't remember. I did a show on this a few weeks ago. I covered it. So I can't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head. But they're weighting these polls like +8 Democrat. It's crazy. So it's absolutely crazy. CJ City says, first of all, thank you, CJ, for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Says, do I still speak about GTII? Haven't watched in a long time. Wonder what happened with the current status. CJ, great question. GTII is it's a mess. It's currently in a lot of litigation. You can't even trade it, but they're working to get it back. And I'm not following that. I follow it, but there's no information. So there's other people you can follow now for the details on that, and when there's information that breaking it down, lawyer types, not legal advice, and others. So yeah, there's not much for me to say on it, but thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Todd, did I see Gretchen Whitmer in the Donto communion? Oh yeah, it was disgusting. Why does Minnesota always vote Dem anyways? Great question. Huge union state, huge teachers union state. The Dems just got their claws in there and never let go. That's why. So yeah, it's a good question. 52 years of Democrat rule in Minnesota. Big JR, cleared your schedule for this Wednesday up Tuesday, watching late, celebrating. Man, I'm telling you, we're getting this. We're going to win this. Nevada is huge. The early voting in North Carolina has been a blowout. The early voting in Georgia has been a blowout. Pennsylvania, Democrats are still considerably ahead in the early voting, but their lead, they've lost like 20 percentage points on their lead compared to 2020. 20 percentage points. Absolutely insane. Florida right now is tracking to go to Trump by like 14 to 15 points. Texas, 11 to 15. These states are getting redder. And as they get redder, it's going to cause a wave to go across the nation. It's going to be a monumental win. It really is. I'm 99.9% sure. And the only reason I even have that 0.1 is because I have PTSD from 2020 as well. I'll just be honest with you guys. But if 2020 had never happened, COVID, you throw all that out because it's a weird election, craziness, all the stuff they were able to do. If you throw all that out, just throw out 2020 and you look at it like if this was 2016 again, guys, this would be a monumental landslide. Trump got 304 electoral votes in 2016, and he was down in every poll and had no early voting advantage. And he won handily. This year, with all the data, it's pointing to a monumental landslide of 51 to 53% in the in the popular vote, and anywhere from 312 to 350 in the electoral college. This is going to be a huge win. With that, 53 to 55 Senate seats and the House. Guys, red wave is coming. Garbage wave. It's the garbage wave is coming. Any finger motion dividend news? Not that I know of, Max. Sorry. Jeff Chapman, give some kudos to the community of First Amendment auditors like James Freeman, actually Grandy Johnson, awakening the public on constitutional. Who's that? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let me keep moving here. Arizona's early votes. Look at these numbers, guys. This is crazy. Republicans in early voting right now have 138,000 vote advantage in 6 days out. In 2020, 78,000 Democrat advantage. That, my friends, is a flip of 216,000 in favor of Republicans early vote. What did Arizona go to Biden by? Like 11,000 votes? This is massive. Republicans vote way more on election day too. So election day turnout is projected to be like a 15-point advantage for Republicans in most states. And that's still holding. This is not people that are voting now, and it's going to take away from the election day that much. It's not happening because Democrats, guess what, guys? Democrats did not change their strategy. What they did is they're not showing up. They're not showing up. And if they're not showing up now, they're not showing up on election day when there's lines and it's harder to get the vote in. Kamala is cooked. There's no enthusiasm in the voter side for Democrats, except for the 30,000 people who go to every one of her rallies and are bussed around because they're paid. That's it. Except for those on the Diddy and Epstein lists who are paying to play and try and praying to God their money can buy this election. Other than that, there's no enthusiasm on the Democrat side. It is silent over there. The early vote proves it. You don't, guys, this has never happened before, where a trend that is one of the main strategies of the opposing party has completely flipped in one election. It's never happened before. And they were unprepared for it. They didn't have a different strategy to counter it. Nope. Republicans are showing up because everybody's ready to just say, get the hell out of my country leadership. Get the hell out. We're done. We are sending a massive rebuke to them on Tuesday. And the election machine, the cheating is not going to be enough. It's just not going to be enough. Brett Melancone with the super chat. Thank you so much for the donation, guys. Just to let you know, every donation means especially much to me right now, more than usual, just because I've had so many videos demonetized the last 3 months. So I've lost a lot of my extra income here from the content I do. And so your guys' super chats, your memberships mean more to me than ever. So thank you for every time you guys donate. It really does mean the world to me, because it's also helping me overcome what YouTube has stolen from me. And thank you, bro. And he says, great content. Keep up the great work. I'm not going anywhere, but thank you so much. I will always be showing up for you guys. Please like, share, subscribe too. I understand not everybody can give, and I don't ask anybody to, but like, share, subscribe, you can do, and I can ask for that because it doesn't cost you anything. Hero says for $10 says beer money for election night. Thank you, Hero. Appreciate that, man. I'll make sure I get something good. I'm gonna have some good stuff that night. Brett says Kamal's getting ready to celebrate second place with a fresh case of Thunderbird, some good CIA grade 100. Oh my God. Al says he's one of those Arizona votes. I love it. Got your early vote in? Beautiful. Beautiful. Stella, what's going on? Vince, what am I hearing about Senate races? As Trump is running by that money, he's going to win 5 to 6 seats, maybe more. Yeah, the Senate is looking very strong Republican. I think on the, in fact, let's go to the map. Let's take it to the map here. Senate seats. Oh, that's 2020. I don't want to do 2020. Let me fix this so it's easier to see here. All right, let's go over the Senate, because the Senate is looking like it's going to be a monster blowout. And it's very exciting. So, Max, I'll talk about DJT at the end. All right. Get some moonshine. A little scary about that. Matthews has been running through the channel. Shorts did not close. Goldmine of Patrick Byrne interviews. Oh, nice. ETF shorting. Interesting. Kim Wiley voted early in Arizona as well. Good job, guys, getting those numbers up. Housekeeping alert, hit the like button, subscribe. Thanks in advance. Thank you, Brett. Shogun, do the Trump dance on election night? I might have to stand up and do it, especially if he wins. I'm thinking, I'm wondering how crazy I want things to get, guys, but on election night. But I'm thinking I'm going to do, and you guys might it might be the most insane, worst idea ever. I'm probably going to just ruin my streams forever because I'm going to be so happy. But I think I'm obviously going to be drinking good beer, but I also think I'm going to have some hard so I can take a shot for every single battleground state that gets called for him. And every time he flips a blue state to red. So we're talking, I could, on top of the good beer I'm going to be drinking, I could have anywhere from 5 to 12 shots. So if you guys want Ace to be stupid crazy, I'm going to be having a lot of fun election night. Let me just say that. Donkey with the donation, $10 says, let's get him back on top. You can read money. If you can money more beer, I think Kamala drinks Ripple. That's awesome, Donkey. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. This has got to be fake. As a Mexican newcomer, I voted twice for Kamala Harris in Michigan. She'll protect immigrants. I would recommend voting in any districts that does not require voter. That's got to be a joke. That has got to be a joke. Okay, let's go over the Senate. So we already have them putting 50 in the safe column for Republicans. Okay, so 50 plus JD Vance would be the Senate. But then they have all these toss-ups. Guys, I'm telling you right now, this is nonsense to have Ted Cruz as a toss-up. He's going to win that race. It's Texas. It's going to be a red wave in Texas. Texas shored up a bunch of election laws. They have Ken Paxton overseeing everything to make sure anybody who messes around gets hammered down immediately with the law. Ted Cruz is not losing this race. So that's 51. Okay, here it gets a little interesting. The closest is this one right here, Brown and Moreno. Everybody, and I mean everybody you listen to, thinks Moreno's going to win this despite these polls. Brown's up by 1. Everybody believes Moreno has all the momentum and is going to win this one. This is Ohio. Ohio is it's very red now. It's like Ohio 2.0. It has gone completely red in the last couple elections. I just don't see any way Moreno doesn't win this. So that's 52. Now it gets a little interesting. Up here, we have Baldwin versus Hovde. Baldwin's up by 0.8 in the aggregate. But I think this is Tammy Baldwin. She's freaking out, and she's doing ads about how she's been doing things with Trump. That is the losing campaign. She's trying to distance herself from the Democrats and from being too liberal and aligning herself with MAGA. That's a losing campaign. 0.8. Wisconsin always trends left in the polls and then votes more right. I'm putting this in the MAGA column, Republican column. Now we have 53. The next closest one, Michigan. This one's hard to call. But again, this is another one where Slotkin right here is doing ads with Trump, saying he's, I agree with Trump on fracking, stuff like that. Again, not quite. I think this is a toss-up. Okay. I put that one in toss-up. But again, if we get that wave in the Rust Belt like we're thinking, it's going over there. Now, Pennsylvania. Casey is barely holding on in Pennsylvania, and there is a red wave going on in Pennsylvania. Even Fetterman's out there warning everybody. Okay, Fetterman's out there warning the Democrats. This is a 2.3 lead right now. If Trump carries the state by 3 to 4 points, which I think is very likely, McCormick wins. Other than that, Casey might squeak it out. So another toss-up. But again, I already got 53 over here. All right, 51. Like having the Senate is almost 100% assured at this point. It's almost, they have to have everything fall right for them and aliens invade to win the Senate right now. That's it. We're going to get it. The question is, are we going to have 51 at the absolute minimum, bad night for Trump, or are we going to get up to 55? I think all the momentum is trending for Kari Lake right now. You see the last 2 polls, the most recent ones, have it tied. So this aggregate is old news. It's starting to trend towards her very quickly. Gallego is falling quick. All the stuff's coming out about his divorce, how he cheated on his wife and abandoned her when she was 9 months pregnant. He's a total POS, and it's getting out there. I think Lake is going to pull off this in Arizona, especially because Arizona is one of the states that Kamala is pulling out of because she can't win it at this point from their perspective. She's so far pulling out of North Carolina, Georgia, and Arizona, her resources. So that tells you right there that she thinks she's losing those 3. And then Nevada's early voting is telling us that she's probably already lost Nevada as well. So that's 4 battlegrounds already to Trump. So I'm going to say we're going to have 54 seats. That's my prediction. 54 seats. Oh, it's pretty awesome. BM Pro says it's going to be another great live. I'm down with that. Yeah. Media says I'm going to be wasted. I might be a little wasted. I'm a big guy. I can handle my liquor pretty well. Thomas, sorry to hear it, man. We're praying for you, buddy. Hope you're feeling better. Country, ace gets sloshed. Election gets stolen. 99.999% to Kamala. 5% to Trump. Now angry drunk. Country, if Kamala wins, trust me, I'll be drinking even more. I won't want to come back. Yeah, I'm blocking this. No, this is definitely a troll account. Probably trying to get me in trouble with YouTube stuff. Some of the stuff they're saying. If Trump wins Minnesota, Republican wins Senate seat. In Minnesota? What is the Minnesota seat? Is it even? I mean, they have it dark red over here. Klobuchar? You think we knock out Klobuchar if Trump wins? Whew, I'd love to see that. I can't stand her. Donkey says, hey, man, have I heard Maple MAGA? I've been coming down voting since I learned we don't look at ID. What? No, are you serious? That's amazing. That's hilarious if true. Come on down, Canadian MAGA, baby. Kamala going to be bunking with the piss diddly. Yeah. Matthew Collar says, shorts attacked everything today. Was astounding. Yep. I think with Trump being president, Iran will stop all the crap. Oh, yeah, they will. They'll be terrified of him. Okay, I got a couple more things I want to show you guys, and then we'll talk DJT to finish out, all right? If they steal it again, do I think the military will grow some balls and step in? That is something I can't answer, Apollyon. If they steal it, do I think we still win? Yes, because I think we're with all the watching going on, with all the stuff that's going to be recorded, with the vast majority of Americans being awake to it and refusing it, I don't think they can pull it off. So I think it'll be uncovered. Do I think it'll be because of the military? That's what I don't know. If it is, I imagine it'll be more behind the scenes. Harris can't protect one border. She can't protect the area. I know she can't. Yeah. White tore up at the debate. Man, it'd be so awesome if Klobuchar loses. That'd be amazing. Balaji says, I'm Canadian. We hope Trump wins. Surprised so many dumb people are voting for Kamala. No, I don't want to. It's hard to talk about. But anyways, hey, guys, like, share, subscribe. Let's finish those last couple of things here as we move on. Fact check Brat Kamala. Are you what? The trolls are coming out tonight. Fernando, thoughts on the house? What house, Fernando? What are you talking about? Oh, the house. Like, duh. I think the House is Republican, but I don't think it's going to be major. I think we could get like, let me see, where's the I need the I think it's generic ballot. Yeah, for House of Reps. Here we go. Okay, so where's it where they weight it? Surprised they're not doing a yeah, I don't want just the polls though. I want them to show what their prediction is so we can see the map. They always make it harder to find this because nobody cares except us total geeks. We're the ones who care about the House. Well, all right. Well, I'm just going to leave it here for now. So they have the generic ballot right here. They're not showing the they're not showing what they expect the seats to be, or at least I can't find it right now. But they got Republican on the generic ballot up 0.9, 1%. And the Electoral College is more Republican. So I feel like very strongly if Trump wins, we hold the House. I think probably similar to what we do now. Maybe we get 220, maybe we get up to 240 on a really good night. But we'll hold the house, in my opinion. I really think we will. Kamal's been wearing athletic support for the past 5 months. She'll grow a pair. Jeez, Al. Where are you going, man? That's so funny. Fact check. You're a total troll. Like, are you saying anything? That's so funny. Just random chats. Okay, here we go. So this is Kamal is getting busted. A Discord chat was found being used to manipulate community notes on Twitter. This is not what a winning campaign does, guys. This is also extremely sloppy to get busted like this. Kamala Harris campaign caught manipulating community notes to spread left-wing propaganda on X, according to the Federalist. Campaigns reportedly using Discord server to swarm hordes of users to manipulate community notes. Strategies being used to limit community notes from showing up on Kamala affiliate accounts. Huh, interesting. Goal is to artificially manufacture consensus by making pro-Kamala Harris messages on social media appear more popular than they are. The bots, friends, the bots, and then all this other stuff. So, but here we go. Block community notes we don't like. Harris campaign. Screenshots here. What they're doing from the Kamala HQ. Community note in question. I mean, I recommend looking at the whole report. It's very interesting. But this Discord server, they all have a ton of users in there, and they give them what to do. They give them marching orders, and they go out and they blast everything on X, and it's to make it look, let them get away with stuff. That's what it's all about. So, so that's really interesting. And then finally, the joy is gone, my friends. The joy is gone. In fact, I'm going to pull this up here so I can share the noise. So Kamala got a little, she got people a little, getting her a little riled up today. She's not too happy about it. And listen to what happened. They're saying Kamala supports genocide, blood on your hands, F you. This is how she responded.
Right now, I am speaking. Let me say something. We are 6 days out of an election. We are 6 days away from an election. Right now,
look how mad she is. By the way, we've never seen this happen at a Trump campaign. How funny is that? Trump supposedly got these weak little, rallies, and yet no Democrats ever show up, despite the fact they'll riot, they'll protest, they'll do all this stuff, but they never show up to heckle. But Kamala constantly has people, like, these aren't MAGA people going in there. This is her own side, the crazy hardcore leftists that hate her because of Palestine and stuff and all that's going on in the Middle East. But look how mad she is.
Right now, I am speaking.
I am speaking.
Let me say something.
Let me say
something. We are 6 days out of an election.
I gotta say the joy's gone, people. I don't know about you, but sure looks like it to me. So anyways, but let me go over some stuff with the election, or not the election, with DJT real quick, and then we'll call it a night. But fact check, you're gonna debate me. Oh my God. Listen, when you can put together complete sentences in the chat, then I'll consider giving you a platform to debate me. Brett Montgomery, can't wait for this election over and Kamal going back to being Medea's stunt. Medea's stunt double. That's so funny. Stella, heard people dressed up like poll workers sending people home in Philadelphia. They did, and then they got busted. And early voting's now open longer because of court. So, Al, got to sign off. Y'all keep up the good feelings. We're so close to the American dream once again. Amen. Moody. Oh, you missed so much. Dodgers won. Oh, God, I hate the Dodgers. You know, this was the worst time or worst World Series I could imagine for myself. I hate the Yankees and I hate the Dodgers. I'm a Giants fan. So the Dodgers are the devil. I hate that they won. Isn't that interesting, though? They won in 2020 also in that short baseball season, just like the Chiefs won in 2020. I think the only major sport that didn't have the same champion as 2020 is basketball. That's interesting because the Lakers won in 2020 and in the bubble, and this year the Celtics won. So that's interesting. Breaking news: JD Vance. What? JD Vance on Rogan? I'm sure it was awesome. I can't wait. So okay, let's look at DJT and then call it a night. So DJT got crushed today. Okay, absolutely crushed. And Dodgers are the champs. I don't want to talk about it, Big B. I hate the Dodgers, but good for you guys. Yeah, ha, ha. So fun. How so cool. I can't stand the Dodgers. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Please like, share, subscribe if you guys are new. I greatly appreciate it. And please help the channel grow. Again, it's been shadow banned for 3.5 months. I had a good night last night on my videos. First video that's broken out in 3.5 months. So since I started doing the election stuff, so hopefully it's breaking out more from there. But yeah, so you guys can help me though by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Okay, DJT crushed today after that massive 2 days in a row, and going back to last week, it's been a massive 2.5 weeks now. But today they came in, and again, another day with more volume, just insane volume, crush it down. Now, during this is what I had Bam told us he saw it going down and then back up. Seen several other people say that. I personally still believe we're going to see something big, another big move before the election. I just do. And if Trump wins, really think it's going to do something. But let's talk about the good news in this. Okay, the good news is it's still way up from a couple weeks ago. Okay, 40 is nothing to sneeze at. It did dip down to 36 at one point and bounced back up to 43. So there's a lot of support in this area. Even in after hours, it dipped into the 35s, bounced back up. So ended stronger than this looks in after hours. I don't know what's coming tomorrow. Okay, I can't speak to that. But what I can tell you is I don't believe this run is over by any means. I think this is a slingshot right now. I think it was going up. It got pulled back down, and I think it's going to take off again. That's what I think is going to happen. How high? I don't know. I've heard a lot of people on their charts and their algorithms saying they're seeing clear skies to 70, 80, and if it breaks that, who knows? So this could be massive. This has a movement behind it, similar to GameStop. It's MAGA people, but it's also a meme stock. So it's got that double whammy. It's got no debt in this company. Devin Nunes is the CEO. He's a House Intelligence Officer from when he was a House of Representatives. Donald Trump owns the majority of the stocks. I mean, everything is going for this. If the shorts are in this, Trump becomes president, they are going to be terrified to be in this. And so look for them to be getting out. Why would they crush it like this today? I don't know. Maybe to get it lower, to get out a little bit. Maybe somebody got excited about Kamala, thought she might win today, and they unloaded. I don't know. But there's a lot of people who still believe in this stock. When it was at 40, there was an order for 150,000 shares in after hours. So there's people really excited about this still. So I'm still in. It's still my biggest holding, and I'm still very excited for where it's going. I don't think this is anywhere near done. All right. So that's my little DJT spiel right now. Lions and Trump 2024. It'd be kind of cool if the Lions won. If the Niners don't win, I'll root for the Lions probably this year. World Series was a battle of the 300 million plus payrolls. Yeah, no joke, right? Butter says, drop before the pop. They're screwing around with option plays after closing Friday DJT Zims. I hope so. Maybe YouTube's turning red. Yeah, I doubt that. Brett says, been waiting for this World Series since 81 in military school, watching on small black and white TV. Really? Why waiting since 81? That's interesting. Big B says, buy more. What's up, Donna? Stella says, yes, FBS, manipulate up, manipulate down, 100%. Yeah, please hit like, share, subscribe, guys, before I get out here. Matthew Kolar, going to have to cover out the mass shorting accounts might trigger other squeezes like Chernobyl going on. It's very possible. I mean, with everything going crazy, guys, coming up here, because I think they tank the economy once Trump wins. That's when the market could get really insane. Going down, a lot of stuff will pop up. Check Peach with the $20 chat, super chat. Thank you, Check. That's amazing. It says more beer money for election night. That's a lot of beer. We'll all be drinking if Kamala wins. I'm drinking either way. It's either going to be a celebration drink or a depressed drink, but either way, it's happening. So you guys can join me on this stream. I'm very excited on the stream. We're going to be streaming the entire election coverage. I have different places I'm going to pop in and out of what I'll be watching, giving my commentary. Jonathan Welton, who I did the interview with last week, he wants to join for a little while on the election stream. So have him for a bit. There's a chance Bam might come by for a bit. Eric will be here for a little bit as well. And then I'm going to talk to Buzz Patterson and see if he'll come back as well for the election stream. And so I'm going to get some guests on here also. It should be fun. I'm looking to make it my biggest stream ever by far because it deserves it. This is going to be the biggest day of many of our lives for a long time. And maybe the biggest election of our lives, period, from now until we die. So, hey, we got to go all out. I'm going to have a lot of fun. Stella says, Ace, they keep naked shorting it down, millions of shares, how they get caught. Well, when Trump gets in, they'll get caught. And if they see him coming in, they know they're going to get caught because Trump's got Patrick Byrne on his side. He knows the market. He's going to be pissed they're in his stock, so he'll appoint the right people. I'm not too worried about Stella continuing if Trump wins. Yeah, Michael Anthony, I think it was just a tag today. That's all. Why is Kamala getting a pump? Is she getting a pump? I didn't see a pump for her. I think it's the media is making it sound like she's doing better right now, but there's no momentum on her side. That garbage thing crushed her. That was horrific for her campaign. Her campaign's falling apart. It's not in a good place at all. No, by any account, it's not in a good place. So, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Tomorrow I'll be back. And I'm considering just going nonstop until the election because there's so much to cover. So I might take a break Friday or Saturday if there's no news. But other than that, I'm just going to have to keep pumping these out. There's just too much going on with this election coming up. So you guys will see a little bit more of me. Oh, Dodgers and Yankees playing 81 as well. I didn't know that. See, that's before I was born. And yeah, baseball is my third favorite sport. So I don't know as much on baseball as I do football and basketball. But anyways, let's end in a prayer because we need a lot of prayer before this election. So Heavenly Father, thank you for today. God bless this community here. Thank you for all of them, Lord, and their generosity and their great ideas and just how they all support each other too after all this time, getting to know each other. But Father, we pray for this election to just be a crazy landslide. That's so obvious. It completely shifts the country and leaves no doubt. We're praying for a massive win for the people who care about the people of this country more than themselves, that will actually do the right thing and rebuild the country the way we want it to be. Protect them and their lives, especially President Trump and his team. And God, we just pray that every single attempt at cheating gets stopped and every single person is caught, that they get caught beforehand. And it just, and those that don't get caught are scared to even try because they see what's coming. And that's my prayer, that we get there and we have a clean win on election night. And it's too big to rig. It's overwhelming. And we can move forward from there to our next fight, getting them in office. But if we win this election, I know you'll be with us in that fight too. And it'll probably be easier than we think, because we're all expecting the worst. So, but get us through this election. We thank you for that, God. Pray for healing for Thomas, especially, God, after his hard day. I can't imagine what he's going through. Bless his body and his spirit. Encourage him and be with him. Pray for Jenny and Mike and anybody else who needs healing. And again, thank you for this community. In Jesus' name, amen. Love you guys. Bless you all. Have a wonderful night. congrats to you Dodgers fans, even though I can't stand the Dodgers. Congrats to you guys. Thank you for everybody who gave tonight. If you do want to be a member for the members lives in the Discord, because we're chatting in that Discord all day, every day, join. It's $3. The button's right there. Unless you're on Apple, then you got to go to your browser and do it. But hey, I can't control that. But anyways, appreciate the memberships. They do support the channel. Appreciate you guys so much. Have a great night and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.